Hello folks, Fuzz here, welcome back to Dragon Quest XI, and we've actually finished in Octagania for the time being, so we're going to head back out into the Dundrasil Region, start making our way over to the next destination. And in order to do that, we're going to want to start by heading south. So make sure you grab any sparklies you see on the way, though we've already gone ahead and grabbed most of these before. I'm not going to show you where they are. However, as we start to head south here, we will be going into a new part of the region that we haven't yet explored. So it probably will be worth me just mentioning a few of the items that you can grab along the way. So once you reach this first intersection, we're going to start by heading over to the west of the screen. And as we reach the next intersection, just here actually, we're going to head south. So there's nothing up the north path for the time being. You can explore if you want to, but there's no real point. However, as we start to get to the next intersection, we are going to head north for one optional item. Nothing too exciting, just some silver ore. But hey, I suppose it's worth grabbing while it's there. It should also be worth noting that as we start to get into this new area now, we're actually going to be able to encounter dragons. And that's really for the first time in Dragon Quest XI that we can do so. And it is worth fighting them if you see them, because they do give a nice amount of experience. And on top of that, you can also find metal slimes in the battles as well. Not just with green dragons, by the way, but with just generally all the fights around the region. So just keep an eye out for those, due to the high amount of experience that is going to gain for you. Alright, so once we've got that silver ore, we're going to continue down into the main open part of the field here. So I'll just show you where we are on the map, just in case you can't see that. And we're going to start by staying up north here. I believe there's a flower point or some other harvest point that we can grab as we head across here. And yet there's some new enemy encounters that we can also engage with. And as usual, I'd recommend you do so. At the very least, to go ahead and add them to your, killed monsters list. So there's the flower point that I was speaking of. So we'll grab the 3 items from that. And we'll continue along the wall here. And there should be another sparkly point a little bit further down here. And I'm just going to avoid enemies for the sake of not having to edit. But as before, I recommend that you do actually go ahead and kill everything. Let me just check on the map exactly where the sparkly thing is, but it should be around here, I'm sure of it. Okay, just gone past it a little bit perhaps. Oh, there we go. Ah, a leaf of Melovera, eh? Okay, so that's actually part of the quest that we were doing. The one that we picked up in Octagania. So, make sure you grab that before we move on. There's also, I believe, a crossbow target around here. Some fairy fluff in that one. Don't forget, we did get, I think, 1 crossbow target, was it previously? There we go. That's before we went into the town, but we couldn't obviously access the rest of this area at that point. So, now we can. We'll be getting more of these things. Okay then, I believe that's the only one here. I'm not going to zoom back to the town yet, because there's actually a campsite we can grab while we're close by. Add it to our zoom list. So there's actually a sparkly enemy there, which I recommend you kill, because we're going to be able to get some extra treasures by riding it. So once we've killed that, we'll be able to obviously board it. No. Just ignore those, please. Okay, so we're going to actually just head over to that island that you can see. There's actually a couple of islands that we can head to. Can we fall down here? Yes. Well, it's not so much of an island, this one, as it is just a bit of a side section. There's actually nothing to grab here by the looks of it. There's definitely some loot we can grab in these areas. I'm just checking there's nothing before we move on here. Doesn't look like it though, does it? Okay, just let me know, guys, if you see anything in this area that I'm missing. Anyway, we're going to follow the river. Head up the north part. And we can go all the way to the island at the end. And I'm absolutely certain there's going to be loot for us to grab in this one. Right, so there's a sparkly containing a silk blossom. And also a chest as well. We can loot the chest while mounted. Resilient Sovereign in that one. Okay, and we're still not quite done yet. We're going to head back south at this point. Well, east then south. I think there's a crossbow target we can get near here. So we're just going to keep going. We'll ignore that island this time. Or wall, or whatever you want to call it. So we can see there's another sparkly just up here by the camp. Grab that, but that's not the thing I'm after. We're going to just keep going south to the bridge area. And what have we got around here? Another sparkly. Right, so there is a crossbow target, as I say. So we go under the bridge. There's a very small island here. Anything of note, perchance? Now, let me find this crossbow target. I'll be right back. Okay, I've come back on the land. I'm going to start heading towards the camp at this point, because the crossbow target's a little bit further north than I initially realised. So the camp's just over to our west there. We're going to go past it for the time being, and just continue on heading up here until we come to this building. Well, it's more like a ruined building or castle or whatever it is. Either way, it's where we need to be. And there's a crossbow target and a hidden chest, I believe. So we'll go ahead and dismount at this point. Might just make things a little bit easier, I think, as we manoeuvre around. And somewhere inside here, yeah, there's the crossbow target that I mentioned. So we'll go ahead, get that in our sights and fire. Now we're going to go up the area just behind this building, ruins, whatever it is. There's a hill we can climb. See? Okay. Right, yeah, and from here we can actually get to the top part. And up the ladder. And there's a nice chest here containing a Bandit Blade. So we'll put that in our equipment bag, and pretty much that's all the treasures that we're going to get for the time being. We are going to make our way out of these ruins now and start going towards the camp since we're close by. Not going to bother with the mount either while we do this. So this will add it to our zoom list, of course, and it's worth resting, saving, whatever it is that you want to do. Then we can make a short trip back to the town in order to go ahead and complete the quest. Okay, so back in Octagonia then at this point, we're just going to head straight north, taking us back to where the arena area is, and you'll probably remember that's also where the quest giver is for this particular one. So we'll speak, let me through please, there we go. So we'll speak to this one, hand in the quest item, and pretty standard stuff. We'll complete the quest, get the quest reward, which in this case will be a new recipe book containing a couple of nice items. So we'll collect that, the dapper chap. Okay, thank you very much. And speaking of recipes, probably a good idea now to head back to camp since we've completed the quest. Our business here in Octagonia is done. And we can go ahead then and start crafting at the forge. So that's why I didn't craft before, because I knew we were getting this recipe book. And since you're probably filling up your first page, you can start to pop over to page 2 now to collect more of the zoom locations. And there's going to be a few things that I'm going to be sorting out at the forge now, including new equipment and also boosting some of the equipment we've been purchasing recently. Since we haven't had a chance to use the forge, since doing that, it'll probably be, you know, a good boost for our power levels at this point. And look at that, straight back to camp. I do love the zoom spell. We can speak to the weather cow, by the way. So I recommend doing that. And then we'll head over to the campsite. You might have Eric dual wielding by this point. I'm not quite there yet. I think 1, maybe 2 more levels will have us with the dual wield ability. So it might be worth preparing for that by crafting a dagger. Whatever the best dagger is you can craft at this point for him. Or knife rather. In my case, a butterfly knife. Which, you know, when it's boosted up, will be fairly useful. I'll wait a little bit, though, since I can't dual wield right at this moment. Okay, so next up, then, if you want to go ahead and boost... Well, actually, I'll do that in a moment, boosting the current stuff that we've purchased. So for now, we'll just carry on crafting. Don't think there's anything else, really, in terms of weapons for now. Accessories, though, you might want to look at. The strength ring, if you can craft it, is always a good boost to your melee characters, such as Eric and your hero. And you can also craft some of these other rings as well, such as the prayer ring here, which as you can see is pretty decent for your casters, and also agility ring if you want to go ahead and do that. But I'm not going to worry so much about those for the time being. Instead, if we go over to accessories, the natty cravat for Sylvando will alter his appearance. It's kind of like a costume. But also the dapper doublet, which I don't have, which I thought I would have, will also be required for that, I think. Okay, so we'll leave accessories for now. Let me just check. No, that's fine. Nothing really in armour that I'm going to be interested in right now. So we're going to go down to rework. And then Fuzz, who's currently using... What's he using? The cast... The... Man. What is he actually... Let me just check. One sec. Yeah, of course. So... I don't know why he's wearing the broadsword +3. I thought I'd purchased him something. But that's fine. That's fine. So we could boost his steel helmet, which I collected off an enemy earlier on. Since, let's be honest, it's actually quite a nice item. 7. Wow, perfectionist pearls. Let's go for it. His defense should hopefully be pretty much through the roof at that point. If I can perfect this anyway. I've got a few new flourishes as well. Sizzly Puff is a new one, which will boost temperature, meaning that we'll be able to push the bars across to the green a little bit faster. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and let's go for a double edge bash a couple of times. And again, double edge bash is a pretty good one. It's kind of like bread and butter of the abilities. I mean, that's annoying though. Yeah, that's more like it. Go, go! Yes. Okay, no matter what then, as long as we don't miss this one in the green area, we should be good to go. Wow, that's pretty good. A nice boost to our steel helmet there. And I'm going to go ahead and boost Eric's dagger as well. So I'm just going to finish off with some forging here, and then we'll carry on to collecting loot. And it's back to treasure hunting. So just at the beach here, near the campsite, we can see another sparkly spot. Don't forget, guys, you can check the sparkly spots on the map as well, so make sure you do so. Though I think I've shown you all the ones I've collected myself. There's actually one in the ruins over there, but that is one that I've also got already. So I think I showed you that one also. Right, so we're going to head over into this ruins here next. So just a little bit south, well, southeast of the campsite, really. And inside we'll have a chest. So that contains a pretty decent weapon, but it's one that you should already have equipped actually. So I think that's a Veronica weapon. I'll just show you that. Yes, we've already got that one equipped. But hey, got a spare now if ever we need that. Right, next up then we're going to head over to the ruins on this side. Okay, I believe there's a seed of life we can grab actually from one of these. So let's have a look, shall we? If we can head inside, that is. Yeah, we'll go up here. Just jump along the boxes. And outside. Yeah, there we go. I knew it was going to be around here somewhere. So, pretty decent. Make sure you want to pick that up. Or make sure you do pick that up, rather, because you will want to. Okay, and now we're going to have a quick look on the map for more sparklies. Okay, so now I'm just east of that particular ruins building that we was in, and there's a tree here that we can smash for some more sparkly stuff. And there's a couple of sparklers around this area as well, which I've already collected, so I won't show you those. You can see them on the map if you don't have them. Instead, we're going to head south at this point. There's a bridge we can cross. Did I just hit an enemy then? I did not see that. Kill these first. Quite a rude enemy just sneaking up on us like that, wasn't it? So we're going to head over to the bridge just down here, right near the bottom of the map. By the way, there is a door up near that tree that we just looted. You can see up on the map there, just to the right. We can't access it yet. You can see the big red lock. So there's a treasure chest you can see, but can't actually get to. So don't worry about that. We'll come back to it later on. Okay, so first of all, it should be noted that there's actually a crossbow target around here in the rocks, hidden away. So I might have to find that, unless it's obvious. It's obvious, there it is. So we'll go ahead and smash that thing. So I'll just show you where that is, hopefully you can see. Pretty obvious, like I said, so. Next up we're going to head further into this mini island. If that's what you want to call it. And we're looking for a little building with a save point. It's on the map anyway. Okay, so before we actually, you know, mess about with the building itself, we're going to go over to this side. Should be a chest. Yeah, there it is. And quite a good one. You'll want to get it for another mini medal. So we're getting a really nice collection of those things now, aren't we? And we can use the goddess statue if you want to save up, but we're just going to zoom back to camp anyway at this point, so I'm not going to bother doing that here. So go to page 2. And zoom to Dundrasil. Since we're back at camp, I'd recommend that you do rest up at this point, because we are going into quite a challenging area next. The next location is going to be the ruins of Dundrasil. You can see just a little bit south of our current location. And there's going to be some new enemy types there as well, which are quite challenging, but we'll talk about those when we get to them. So I'm going to finish off here today, guys. Then we'll pick up the next area then for the next video, save cutting it in half while we're doing it. But thanks for joining me. I hope the video's helped you. Grabbed a few treasures and stuff. And we completed that quest as well, which is always a bonus completing those, isn't it? So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.